Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, the Real Charles Browne. And the intention of this video is just to give you a brief overview of what the channel is about and what you can expect to find here. Loosely stated, each of these videos and this channel in total is going to be based around my coaching practice. And that can really be defined in three very distinct categories. The first of which is very foundational, and it is the idea of identity and purpose. So this is a foundational set of ideas, skills, worksheets, tests, all kinds of things that you need to do and exercises that you need to better understand yourself, define your identity, your purpose, your why, your motivations, what moves you, what excites you, what scares you. All of that is involved in that first foundational category of coaching, which is that identity and purpose, kind of that life section. So no matter what it is you're trying to work on, oh, I want to be more assertive, I want to have more confidence, I want to be a better communicator, I'm trying to find the love of my life, I'm not really happy with my job or my career. There's plenty of little tactics and all kinds of little scripts out there that you can go chase to make yourself feel more confident or think that you're a better communicator. But the reality is, all you're doing, if you're not addressing the core need of identity and purpose and that internal locus of control, if you're not addressing those things first, then all you're really doing is painting over rust. You're going to learn a little short-term tactic. You're going to put it into practice a couple of times, but you're never going to really internalize it. And if you've tried things in the past and they never really stuck, that's a pretty good indicator of why. Is because they were somebody else's advice applied to you and your specific personality, your wants, your needs, your desires, your motivations, and it just doesn't stick. So one of the categories that we're going to be talking about in probably roughly a third of those videos, if not more, is this idea of identity, values, emotional needs, decision making, self-limiting beliefs, biases, all that type of stuff is going to be wrapped up in that section. Once you've kind of got a really good handle on that, the very next logical step in that process is the second category of my coaching, which is leadership. Now, leadership immediately evokes ideas of, oh God, not another leadership site. My career is just fine. I'm perfectly happy where I am doing what I am. But leadership to me and in this practice is a lot more than just your career. Okay? In order to be a great leader, great professional leader, the first person you need to learn how to lead is yourself. Okay? So, another plug for the identity and purpose. Know thyself. When you know yourself and you're able to lead yourself, you're able to demonstrate self-control, control of your state, discipline, decision-making. When you can do that for yourself, then and only then are you deputized to be able to go and do that for others, right? So the leadership section of what we're going to be talking about is really about that. What is it that I'm really interested in? How do I lead people? What really matters to me? And then all those skills and all those tactics that go along with being an effective leader, which, believe it or not, again, those lessons from identity and purpose are going to carry over, because one of the things that makes me the effective leader that I am is recognizing, well, geez, if I have a set of values and beliefs, then so does everyone else. So do my subordinates. So maybe if I took 2 seconds to try to understand what their values and their needs are, maybe that would make me a more effective leader. And guess what? It absolutely does. The third category of the practice and of the channel is kind of the pinnacle of all of that stuff. And it's loosely categorized as peak performance. A little bit of insight into my background. I've studied martial arts my entire life. I served 8 years in the United States Navy as a member of the submarine warfare community. I worked in commercial nuclear power. I worked for the Department of Defense, the Department of Energy, multinational companies, including Westinghouse and GE. And so peak performance is really the culmination of how well I know myself, how well I know others, and then how sustainably I can be at my absolute best all the time. I am a flow certified coach, which means we are going to talk about flow. For those of you who aren't familiar with flow, don't worry, we're going to talk about flow. I'm going to define what that is. But just a little bit of a teaser right now, flow is really about being in the zone. And there's a lot of misconceptions about what it means to be in flow. And there's also a lot more misconceptions about what it means to learn how to be in flow. Does that mean I could just be in flow for 24 hours a day? No, absolutely not. But that's, again, part of what we're going to talk about on this channel. So that's kind of it in the nutshell. No matter where you are in that spectrum, I hope to provide something for you. Whether you're like, man, I am rock solid on who I am and what I want to do. I need to start taking action right away. Great, I'm gonna be mixing those videos in. I'm not gonna go in sequential order and make you wait. I'm gonna be bouncing around from topic to topic. And that way, if you do decide to come back to the channel, which I really hope you do, you'll be able to fish around and surf around and find hopefully exactly what you're looking for. If you don't, guess what? This is a great opportunity to engage with me. Leave some notes, leave some comments, ask a question below any one of those videos. I will see them and I will absolutely address them. A little bit more insight into me. We talked about needs and values. My number one emotional need is contribution, which is why I became a coach, or actually how coaching found me. To be honest with you, I've always been a coach. I didn't realize you could do it for a living, to be honest with you, until about 10 years ago or so. And so the number one thing that I want to do is I want to engage with you. I want to hear real questions. I want to solve real problems. Just monologuing to myself in front of a camera is not exactly a big charge for me. So I get a lot of joy and a lot of satisfaction from interacting with you and obviously my other clients. So there it is. There's the Real Charles Browne YouTube channel in a nutshell. I hope that sounds interesting. I hope that piques your interest. And I'm looking forward to getting to know every one of you. Great.